Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today with Thrifty Thursday and Thrifty Canucks. You can find more info down below on those two fun thrifting YouTube collaborations. You can check out those hashtags and find all sorts of creative junk journalers and other thrifty folks who participate. It's a lot of fun to see what people get. So I am starting today. I have not thrifted in quite some time actually. So the thrift haul I have today is from today and like a couple of weeks ago. The first bit is the couple of weeks ago stuff, so I barely even remember what it is. So I got this really big book and it's really pretty. I thought it would be really nice for like a desk journal type journal, like a, you want to sit down and really do some planning, or like, you could try to make one of those old style Victorian scrapbooks or something like that. I did a really fun similar project with one of my Release the Craft and Design Team projects, and I did it, it was like an Addams Family scrapbook. You can find that video on my channel. Just look for Morticia, I think, and you will find it. It's called From the Desk of Morticia Addams. So this is called Life Lists, and I like this big format. It closes with some fun ribbon, and then it has this nice pocket in the front that has this book inside. Create Your Life Lists, Deb Amblin. And it's a book about, I guess, like creating different lists for life. I haven't read it. List the hobbies you've had in the past, list the crafts you'd like to learn. It's kind of cute. I really like it. List the charities or worthwhile causes you would like to contribute to. And then there's a journal. It's got really pretty paper. And then the other thing it has over here is a contents page. And it's all this beautiful paper. And then there's like envelopes. So this is like a big envelope in this pretty paper. It's like for putting things in. And they're all just beautiful big envelopes with really nice paper of like all beautiful, pretty papers. So yeah, that was a fun find, I think. Then I have a lot of books today actually. I found this Little Red Riding Hood, the original story by Charles Perrault with an introduction by Luciana Pavarotti, and it's, I believe, illustrated by Benny Montresor. So I was attracted to it. So the cover is the same as the book jacket except matte, which is pretty exciting. It's a library discard from the Oakville Public Library of 1991, the children's department. So it's been hanging around for a while, waiting to come home. It's got these lovely scratchy linear illustrations. Let's see what Luciana Pavarotti had to say. In my house, when I was a little boy, it was my grandfather who told the stories. He was wonderful. He told violent, mysterious tales that enchanted me. There were just 2 or 3, always the same, but my favorite one was Little Red Riding Hood. I knew it by heart, but I never stopped asking grandfather to tell it. I identified with Little Red Riding Hood. I had the same fears as she. I didn't want her to die. I dreaded her death, or what we think death is. I waited anxiously for the hunter to come. Every artist, whether he expresses himself in pictures or in music, views the masterpieces of the past through his own sentiments and emotions. Benny Montresor's interpretation of Little Red Riding Hood by Charles Perrault which will certainly disturb some, is the testimony of a totally original vision. It will leave you breathless. Another thing is certain, it will spur you on to seek your own explanation of the mystery of this beautiful, violent tale, which has enchanted children the world over for 3 centuries, me and my marvelous grandfather included. And that was written in December of 1990. But I love these illustrations. I think it's a beautiful book. And, I think this is quite a classic story. I have told a few different versions of it to my daughter. I've read it to her. Not this particular one. I would say I tend to go a more gentler, middle of the road kind of telling of this story. The one that I tell is more that like they all get rescued out of the belly, and yeah, this one's definitely a little more like truthful. Not that I hide reality from my kids, because I don't. Like my daughter really is the only one old enough to truly understand the stories. So she knows quite well that if, you know, someone was eaten by a wolf, they would not live in the belly, and that if a wolf was cut open, that they would not live either. So then this is a little baggie of envelopes that I got for a quarter, and I thought they were kind of cute, those ones up front there. They're like a little, I think, coin maybe envelopes. Let's just get them out here. There's a few of them. So they're just like nice tall coin envelopes with these little bits, probably to put like either the amount, I'm assuming, or it almost looks like a phone number because of the amount of digits, and then just one of these. So I can always use little envelopes. Those are fun in journals. And then I found this beautiful piece of crochet lace, and it's a really nice big piece. So this is the outside here, and then it goes on to this and this and this, and it continues, and then the flowers are repeated at center. It's quite beautiful, and it's a nice kind of creamy color. And then I found a golden book that I don't have, Tom and Jerry's Merry Christmas, so that will go into my library where all my little golden books live. I need to do like a library tour for you one day. I will get to it, I promise. Okay, then I found this book, and I love the shape of it. Just the footprint of it is so cute. Breakthrough. Merit presents history-changing achievements 1851 to 1978 as reported by the New York Times. Isn't that just a fun little shape of a book? I love it. And then inside, it's also interesting because it works this way, not this way. So yeah, and then these are really cool. Like they're like little articles, each and every one. Like, you know, you can use each of these for some kind of like a journal card, or, you know, a belly band, or a tuck-in to your journal. And they're all like an old article. Some have like kind of advertisement looking things and old pictures. And, you know, it's just different things in history. Pretty cool. I like this book. It's just like, I don't know, there's something about it. It's like a big chocolate bar. Okay, next, the rest of this stuff is from today. So I found this at my my local recycle center. So it's just a big hunk of scrap leather. It's quite thick. It's really nice. Be very good for cutting straps or belts for journals. It's all tied together. It smells very leathery. It's a nice color, and it's in good condition. And yeah, I often find big leather samples there, so I think somebody probably does leather work of some kind, more than likely larger things, like it might be from a hide house, because we do have some like horse tack and hide places that are in nearby city to where I live. So it might be from someone who works there or something, because I find these quite often. I don't always pick them up, but sometimes I do. Okay, next book is this one, and they put a stinky old sticker on there, and I really don't like stickers, but I mean, I wouldn't use this anyways probably, but it's okay. So I don't know anything about this book. It looks so intriguing, and my first objective with it is to just read it. Look at it. Dwarf Nose, North-South Books. Look at his nose. Wilhelm Hauff, Elizabeth Zwerger. I like the cover of this book. It's really cool. It's the same here. I don't think it's particularly old. It has a ton of words in it, so I couldn't really make a storybook journal with it. I don't know what it's about, but it was first published in the United States, Canada, Great Britain, Australia, and New Zealand in 1994. Copyright is 1993. Swiss writer from Zurich. It was first published under the title Der Zwergnas, English translation, copyright 1994. So yeah, it's translated from the German by Anthea Bell, and it's got nice illustrations in it, but it just looks like a really neat story, and I'm really thinking this is a great bedtime book to read with my daughter. Look at these noses. I probably need to Google it first and see what it's about. I usually try to read every book before I read it with the kids, in case there's anything in it that's like not really what I want to. Like, I don't believe in holding books back from kids, but I believe in appropriate age, like, conversations. And I don't read them things with slurs. Like, we talk about what slurs are, but I don't, popularize that in my home. So then the Little Factory of Illustration, again with these such awful stickers. Like, why does this thrift store put these horrible stickers? And the sad thing is, the woman who works in the book department is a librarian and someone who knows a lot about books and like the value of books, because she's also the person who like marks up all of the books that like have value, and she knows her stuff. But I'm like, why would you ruin these books with these stickers? Okay, I'm done ranting now. Look at these. They're so nice. So I think this is going to be a read and activity kind of book with my daughter. But I also think it's inspiring a few ideas for me already. I've been feeling a lot like, I guess it's my homeschooling history. I get really inspired by projects that I've done with my kids, and I try to like adultize them, make them like something that would be more general to like adult art that we can do together here on the channel or on my Patreon. So like this one, palindrome portraits. So like palindromes, they're a word that it's the same word both ways. So I'm very interested in what this is all about. I want to read about it. There's really cool like images in here. Miss Line, the color fountain, Doodler and his patterns, collage team, the Lulugram, Domapix, like dominoes, alphabet sculptures, 1,000 billion faces, Symmetrious, your office, or maybe your studio, a surprise in store. Wow, these are cute. So yeah, what a fun, colorful book, right? I'm really like digging this book. And then it's got this pocket back here that's full of games, and they're paper punch outs of these like, look at these butterflies, these different pieces. So these are the domino picks or doma picks. So yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of fun to play with my kids. That's going to be a reader. Guess I should make a separate pile for books that aren't going into the mess of my studio. Again with these stickers. Henri Matisse, drawing with scissors. So I did an online workshop with the London Drawing Group, I think. During like lockdown, they were doing all sorts of cool, I mean, they still do all these workshops. Like, I know they did one that was like women in botany, and also I learned about a really cool woman illustrator, like I don't even remember who it was right now because my brain, but this was one of them, was like drawing with scissors. So one thing that Henri Matisse used to do was he would make pictures, I think with his eyes closed, like blindfolded, and he would just cut shapes out, and then he would make pictures out of them. So this is like a history of Henri Matisse, and I think this would be a really fun journal. I think a Matisse journal would be a lot of fun. You know, I see a lot of Kahlo and that kind of thing, but a Matisse journal I think would be a lot of fun. Okay, so this stays in the studio. Then this beauty, look at this beautiful book. A Child's Book of Myths, retold and pictured by Margaret Evans Price. This cover, oh my gosh, like what a beautiful size. Look at this kind of rigidy, like can you see the texture on this book? It's awesome. This is such a nice size for a journal, like a, you know, sit at your desk, paint, write, you know, it's just beautiful. And then the inside, of course, beautiful. This is Rand McNally and Company. Copyright 1924. So the myths are Daedalus and Icarus, Cupid and Apollo, Diana and Actaeon, Pegasus and Bellerophon, Hercules, Admetus and Alcestis, Apollo and Diana, Cupid and Psyche, Phaeton and the Chariot of the Sun, Arcos and Callisto, Atalanta and Hippomenes, Hermes, Prospina and Pluto, the Pygmies and the Cranes. And then they have a pronouncing vocabulary of proper names, which is wonderful. I did take Latin, so I do know a lot of the names and how they're to be pronounced, but there are also multiple pronunciations for a lot of these names. So it really depends on, are you in America? Are you in Europe? It really depends. That's beautiful. The plates in here are gorgeous. There's also lots of little tiny, you know, pictures. This book is copyright free this year, so yeah, beautiful image, a little Cupid there. So these might be things coming to that I can share. I just have to do a little copyright checking. Beautiful, beautiful though. That's nice. And there's that cover image. Pages are really nice. They're like that slightly shiny, but they're also so weathered and they're soft. Like it's a really nice paper. I'd want to back anything I used from it though, the originals. They're just beautiful pictures. Very amazing illustration. Okay, so that's that one. I think that's like my old book score for the day. And then I got this calendar from 2023. The Art of Beth Hosselton. So I'll show you the art. It's got this nice texture to it. It's kind of plasticky and it's crisscross like on the whole texture. So we have this buck jumping over a fence and then some mountain goats, swans, a sea otters, a loon. I guess these are mountain lions. More loons with little babies on the back. I always love that. Polar bears. Little baby foxes. Some rams up on a cliff. Wolves. Beautiful owl. And a little write-up on Beth herself. And then this big blue calendar at the back. So, yeah, it's a nice calendar. Okay, then, oh, I didn't even know that I didn't even get this. This is for my husband. I don't even know what this is. I was going to get it and give it to him because I'm like, what is this? And I didn't even realize I bought it. A color slide travel program, panorama of Switzerland. I just wanted him to take a look at it because it's got, so it's got these slides. And, you know, I probably should have got the other one just because of these slides. I love these. So these go in here, and then it's a book about Switzerland. It's got like, you know, mostly sepia kind of little slide information, whatever. But then at the back, it's got this Alexander King record, Your Guide to Switzerland. And it's a record. 45. So yeah, what a weird, cool book, right? I gotta show that to my husband. And see if he's interested. They had one more on another country, and I forget what country it was. And then I found Monsterology, a little version. I think I have a bigger version of this. And I've used it, like a lot of it. These are really nice images for lots of different things. So this one has this nice, like, marbly paper that Petreni wrote in. Yeah, a practical course in monsters, and it has some of those little flippy things like the big ones do. But look at these images. You know, they're so much fun. And I like that these ones are a little smaller because the big book, of course, they're, you know, considerably larger. These are nice because I could actually make small journal cards with that, you know. So, like, I've made a couple of monstery kind of books, like mythological type books. And then there's a sticker sheet at the back with some monsters that's like a trifold. There's a bunch of them. Oh, it's even more. So it's a whole ton of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. And then we have a little sealed envelope. It looks like whoever got this book, like, didn't use it or look at it at all, because usually a lot of these things are missing. I mean, I would expect the stickers would have been used, but yeah, this is a medical unit report. Yeah, like, they've got these cool little extras, right? These books. I always like that aspect of these books. So that's that one. Then, oh, this is my son, his cars. I gotta take those up to him. He wanted some cars. Oh, and this is my little freebie for the day. A little tip when you go to the hardware store. This is a siding sample, and it's a really nice, like, thick piece of plastic for, like, smoothing paint, like a credit card or whatever, but it's a little more durable. I actually hate siding. I would never want to manage a house with siding. It stresses me out, but I will definitely take a sample of siding. Okay, that's that one. I have one more bag of things. Oh, and I have something so amazingly cool. Okay, I will tell you when I find it. Maybe I'll save it for last, so that you're forced to spend your time here with me. So the next thing I got was this bag of these vintage light covers for Christmas trees. So for the light strings, these little plastic floral kind of patterns. And these are like little icicles, and these are so, like, nostalgic to me. This is how I remember my Christmas tree as a kid. So I haven't taken my tree down yet. I know, I'm terrible. I didn't do a real tree. Like, I used to always do a real tree, but with toddlers, not recommended. We also have, like, a special tree, and we keep it outside of the regular area where my kids are. We keep it in the dining room, which we don't spend a lot of time in, the formal dining room, because, like, toddlers and trees are just not a good idea. All of the stuff on my tree isn't breakable. I've got it in a stable place. There's, like, I remember how when I first had children, reading this article about, like, you know, the 50 different horrible things that can go wrong with Christmas trees and toddlers. So yeah, eventually though, so because I haven't packed it away, I can pack those with my Christmas stuff. Okay. So I got this. They had the whole collection of them, but I just liked the one with the owl, the Golden Book Encyclopedia Deluxe Edition. We've got an owl, we have Van Gogh, we have some paint and some olives and all sorts of fun things going on. The nuts that are being strung up on these tacks. So this, I think I'd like to make a journal from. Like, a while ago, I made a bunch of journals that were sort of like an eclectic story of a personality type. Like, you know, like the botanical scientist, and I would fill it with things, simple ephemera, but like all related pages and writing paper that would go with that theme. And people seem to really like those, and I loved making them. So this is from 1960, and oh geez, we're gonna have to just get rid of that page entirely. I don't do Nazis. I don't want to look at Nazi stuff, and anything like that that's like not nice, I just get rid of right away. parasites, however. We got some children's writing. We've got little pictures, some owls, nice little owls. Lots of scribbling, some nice flowers. I'll probably go right through this book and just pull out the pages that I can take things off of, and then I will keep just the cover for what I want to do. I love this front page, that pine cone, so nice. Then next I got another copy of Tales from the Beachy Woods. I got this a little bit ago. Oh, love Russ, Glenna, and Aphrodite. How cute. I love the pictures in this book. It's just this very cute bunny and his friends, and like adorable, you know, forest type images. Love this dove or pigeon. Looks like a dove to me, but it's the magical white pigeon. I believe that the pink, those pinky colored pigeons and the white ones are just pure magic. I love them so much. And then this book, so my grandma lived in Gully Gulch, Graham Base. So I love Graham Base's illustrations. He normally does these extremely colorful, incredible illustrations, linear and realistic and like hyper interesting. But this one, it's a little different. So this is what I'm talking about. This is his usual style. But look, these have pages of like his usual awesome style, but also this kind of thing. Like, so like this, I love the wallaby. This wallaby is pulling this like lady and another cute little animal, but then it has these sepia images too. So yes, please, love this one. This is what made me fall in love with it. Yeah, kookaburras. Just cool pages. So yeah, Graham Base is a wonderful illustrator. I love him. Next we have this book, Magic Slippers, Stories from the Ballet by Gilda Berger, illustrated by Vera Rosenberry. So I was like, oh, what is this book? And then I opened it, and the illustrations are just bafflingly cool, right? Oh my gosh. Look at them. And it's like a lot of illustrations. So yeah, that is a great illustrator. So interesting. And it's like stories that, you know, have been done in ballets. So it's not about ballet, but it's like ballets, like the Nutcracker, Sleeping Beauty, Giselle. And that's really cool. So yeah, a lot of fun. And that illustrator is Vera Rosenberry. And then this little book, The Untidy Little Hedgehog by Molly Brett. I am assuming that Molly Brett is related to Jan Brett because they're similar in their styles. And her images are just really sweet. I always pick up Molly Brett as well as Jan Brett. The little mushrooms and the hedgehog, so sweet. Yeah, great pictures. Okay, and then I'm saving the best for last. Well, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Paper and Metal Leaf Lamination, a mixed media approach with cloth. Claire Ben, Jane Dunewald, and Leslie Morgan. So this book looks like it probably came from a workshop. It has a DVD here that I'm yet to watch. I am so excited about this book. I hope you're seeing this, Mary Ellen, because look how cool this is. So there's a sample here, and this is essentially, I think, a workshop on doing like paper lamination on cloth using leaves, and I don't know where metal comes in. There's a whole lot of information. There is stitching. I think the basis of it is kind of like using screen printing and glue to affix paper to fabric, and then taking it up another notch, right? With like, you know, choosing the paper that you're going to stick to the cloth and how to seal it on there, and then how to stitch on it, and then how to, you know, there's ironing involved. There's like, you know, you can create a sticky texture with whatever you stick there. You can do it like a resist. You can iron it on, and then when you wash it, the stuff that's not resisting will wash away. All sorts of neat and cool techniques with leaves and stitching, and I'm going down a huge rabbit hole. I think I'm just going to start by watching the DVD. Laminating metal leaf, so I guess that's where the metal comes in. But yeah, it's like creating laminations on cloth and then sticking things, you know, to the cloth. Stitching and burning. Yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. I'm very excited to get into this. So this book, I think it's out of print. I know that Dharma Trading used to sell it, but it's out of stock on their website. I think it's Galley Arts. They have it in stock for a reasonable US dollar price. I think around $38. And I think that might be the website of Jane Dunewald. I'm not sure, but I feel like she is a really cool mixed media artist. I need to dive into these women. I need to understand more about them and learn about them. So that's it, but like, whew, that was a good thrift haul. So I'm pretty happy about everything that I got. And until next time, may the thrifting fairies be with you. Bye for now.